Welcome to Craters of the Moon National Monument. At first glance, it looks like another planet, but it's Idaho, shaped by fire. Thousands of years ago, lava poured from cracks in the earth, freezing into seas of black rock. The Shoshone and Bannock peoples viewed this place as powerful, alive, and sacred. In 1924, explorer Robert Limbert's stories and photographs convinced President Calvin Coolidge to protect it as a national monument. This is Devil's Orchard. Early travelers gave it a dark name, thinking the twisted trees and jagged lava looked cursed. But what they saw as destruction is really a story of survival. Look closely. The ground is spotted with lichens, tiny living organisms that slowly break rock into soil. In the cracks, sagebrush, limber pines, and even wildflowers take root. These pioneers are the first steps of succession, nature's slow process of healing after fire. Today, rangers protect this fragile area because every plant here represents decades of patience and growth. Devil's Orchard isn't a garden of the devil at all. It's a lesson in resilience of nature. Along the trail, signs remind us how delicate this landscape is. The plants you see may have taken decades to grow, yet a single step off the path could crush them. This is why the National Park Service asks us to walk carefully and leave no trace, so that Craters of the Moon can continue telling its story long into the future. Up ahead rises Inferno Cone, a steep black hill built of cinders. During an eruption, molten lava blasted into the air, cooled into tiny rocks, and piled into this cone. Explorer Robert Limbert once described it as a sea of black waves frozen in place. Climbing its slope feels like walking on the surface of the moon, each step sinking into soft volcanic gravel. It's a reminder of how powerful eruptions can reshape the earth in an instant. From the top, the Great Rift stretches nearly 50 miles, a giant crack in the earth where eruption after eruption poured lava onto the land. Even here, among cinders and ash, rabbit brush and limber pine are pushed up through the rock. Life always searches for a foothold. Now we walk the Spatter Cones and Big Craters Trail. Spatter Cones are small volcanoes built when lava bubbled and splashed into the air. Each piece cooled and stuck, forming jagged walls of black and red rock. Early settlers crossing this land called it the place nobody wanted. Today, we see it differently, as a rare and valuable record of Earth's volcanic power. Peering inside a spatter cone is like looking into Earth's furnace. The colors, shiny black, rusty red, golden yellow, were created by intense heat changing the minerals in the rock. Long ago, these vents spat fire into the air. Now, they stand silent, reminders of a landscape always shifting between destruction and renewal. As we move between cones, the trail winds through a maze of frozen lava. Each cone tells a piece of the story, like chapters in a book. This land once flowed with fire. Now it's quiet enough to hear our own footsteps. A century ago, Robert Limbert invited photographers here so the rest of the country could see it. People were stunned to learn that such a place existed in Idaho. Here's Big Crater, a hollow left after lava drained away. Astronauts from NASA once trained here before the Apollo missions, practicing what it might feel like to walk on the moon. Standing at the edge, we see both science and imagination, geology and space exploration tied together by one rugged crater. The trail now leads to Indian Cave, one of the largest lava tubes in the park. These caves were created when the surface of a lava river cooled into a crust, while hot lava still moved underneath. When the flow drained away, it left a hollow tunnel. For native peoples, caves like these were places of mystery and power. For scientists, they're windows into the inner workings of volcanoes. Stepping into the mouth of Indian Cave, the air grows cooler. Shadows stretch across jagged walls. Families once passed through here, and later explorers mapped its winding passages. Today, it shelters bats, ferns, and even ice that can last through summer. This cave is both refuge and reminder. Life always adapts. Inside, light filters through holes in the ceiling where parts of the cave have collapsed. The walls glow with colors from iron and minerals, while moss and lichen find patches of damp to grow. It feels like a cathedral of stone, carved not by hands, but by fire. To walk here is to step into Earth's memory, where every rock tells of lava that once rushed beneath our feet. Emerging back into sunlight, the story comes full circle. Once thought of as a wasteland, Craters of the Moon is now celebrated as a national monument, a place of fire and ice, destruction and resilience. Every sagebrush, every pine, every wildflower is proof that life endures. This land shows us that even on the harshest ground, the story of survival continues.